He paid spies to watch his daughter in secret. For 3 years, every move she made, every person she met, every breath she took, someone reported back to him. But the spy he hired to get close to her, the young African woman who became her friend, her confidant, her sister, did something he never saw coming. She looked him in the eye and said no. Not to the money, not to the mission, to him. And that refusal, that single act of defiance from a woman who had every reason to obey, made the most dangerous man in Seoul realize he'd been watching the wrong person all along. Welcome to another dark romance, besties. Please like, share, and subscribe. Kang Min-ho sits in his penthouse office 60 floors above Seoul, staring at a photograph he's studied 1,000 times before. His daughter, Soo-ah, laughing in a cafe, her head thrown back with genuine joy he hasn't seen on her face since she was 8 years old. The woman beside her in the photo is new. Tall, curvy, with rich dark skin that glows even in the grainy surveillance image. Her hair falls in long braids over one shoulder, and she's leaning towards Soo-ah with an expression of such warmth, such unguarded affection, that something in Min-ho's chest tightens painfully. The report beneath the photo reads simply, Ngozi E's 27, graduate student, befriended subject 6 weeks ago. Relationship accelerating rapidly. Recommend continued observation. He'd ordered the surveillance 3 years ago when Soo-ah turned 18 and cut him out of her life completely. Changed her number, moved to a different district, enrolled in university under her mother's maiden name. His own daughter, treating him like a stranger because of choices he'd made to protect her, choices she was too young to understand. The men who wanted him dead didn't care about innocence or youth. They would use her, hurt her, destroy her to get to him. So he'd done the only thing he could. He'd built an invisible wall around her, hired the best security team money could buy, and watched from a distance as she lived the normal life he could never give her himself. But 6 weeks ago, Ngozi Ease had walked into his daughter's life, and everything Min-ho thought he understood about surveillance, about protection, about control, had begun to unravel. He presses the intercom. His head of security, Choi Sung-min, appears within seconds, a tablet already in hand. Sir, the woman, Ngozi, I want a full background check. Everything. Where she's from, why she's in Korea, who she talks to, what she eats for breakfast. Everything. Sung-min's expression doesn't change. Already done, sir. She's clean. Nigerian, came to Korea 4 years ago on a scholarship to study international relations at Korea University. Top of her class. Works part-time at a cafe near campus. Sends money home to her mother and 2 younger sisters in Lagos every month. No criminal record, no suspicious contacts, no red flags. Then why is she suddenly my daughter's best friend? Min-ho's voice is quiet, dangerous. People don't get close to Soo-ah by accident. Not anymore. According to our observer, they met organically. Same graduate seminar on East Asian politics. Miss Ease helped Miss Soo-ah with a research project. The friendship developed naturally from there. Min-ho studies the photograph again. The way Ngozi looks at his daughter, protective and gentle and utterly genuine, makes something twist in his gut. He spent 3 years watching strangers interact with Soo-ah, evaluating them for threats, for angles, for weaknesses he could exploit to keep her safe. He's never seen anyone look at her like this. Like she matters. Like her happiness is something precious worth protecting. I want her hired, he says abruptly. Sung-min blinks. Sir? Hire her. Offer her money to file reports on Soo-ah. Make it look legitimate, a private security consultation. She's a student, she needs money, she'll say yes. And if she refuses, she won't. Min-ho's voice carries absolute certainty. Everyone has a price. Find hers. 3 days later, Ngozi Ease sits across from a man who introduces himself as Mr. Park, a representative from a private security firm. They meet in a hotel cafe, neutral territory, and the man slides a folder across the table with hands that don't quite shake. He's nervous, she realizes. Whoever sent him, whoever he works for, it's someone who inspires fear even in trained professionals. Miss Ease, my employer has a proposition for you. Mr. Park's Korean is formal, careful. He's willing to pay you 5 million won per month for a simple consulting service. Ngozi's hands still on her coffee cup. 5 million won is more than she makes in 6 months at the cafe. What kind of consulting? You're friends with Kang Soo-ah, yes? Her blood runs cold. How do you know that? My employer knows many things. He's concerned for Miss Kang's well-being and would like regular updates on her activities, her state of mind, her social circle. Nothing invasive. Simply the observations of a concerned friend. You want me to spy on her? Ngozi's voice is flat. We prefer the term protective observation. Miss Kong has, shall we say, circumstances that make her a target for certain unsavory elements. My employer wishes to ensure her safety without intruding on her independence. Ngozi leans back, studying the man's face. Who's your employer? I'm not at liberty to say. Then I'm not at liberty to accept. She stands, gathering her bag. 10 million won per month. The words stop her. Plus a completion bonus of 50 million won after 6 months. That's enough to pay off your student loans and send your sisters to university. She turns slowly. How do you know about my sisters? Mr. Park's smile is apologetic but not ashamed. As I said, my employer is thorough. He's not asking you to betray Miss Kong, Miss Ease. He's asking you to help protect her. Surely you've noticed she's careful about what she shares, about who she trusts. There are reasons for that. Dangerous reasons. Ngozi thinks of Sua's careful silences, the way she never talks about her family, the sadness that sometimes shadows her eyes when she thinks no one is watching. If I say yes, I need to know who I'm working for. That information will be provided after you sign the contract. And if I don't like the answer, then you're free to walk away. The first month's payment is yours regardless, as compensation for your time and discretion. 10 million won. Enough to change everything. Enough to help her mother, to give her sisters opportunities they'd never have otherwise. All she has to do is tell some anonymous employer things she'd probably share with Sua's family anyway if Sua had a family that cared. I won't lie to her, Ngozi says finally. If she asks me directly about anything, I won't lie. Understood. My employer values honesty. She signs the contract with hands that barely tremble, tells herself she's doing the right thing, that Sua does need protection even if she doesn't know it, that money for good reasons is still good money. The lie tastes bitter, but she swallows it down. 2 weeks later, she submits her first report. Simple observations. Sua had a bad week, stressed about midterms, spent 3 hours in the library, ate dinner alone, seemed sad. Nothing invasive, nothing that feels like a betrayal. The money appears in her account the next morning, and Ngozi sends half of it home to Lagos, pays her rent 3 months in advance, and tries to ignore the weight settling in her chest. The second report is easier. The third easier still. By the 4th week, it feels almost routine. She tells herself Sua is safer because of this, that whoever is paying her genuinely cares, that the money is helping her family in ways that matter more than abstract guilt. Then Sua invites her home for dinner, and everything changes. The apartment is small but comfortable, filled with secondhand furniture and photographs of places Sua has traveled, places Ngozi recognizes from her own reports. I know it's not much, Sua says, moving around the tiny kitchen with practiced ease. But it's mine, you know? The first place that's ever really been mine. It's perfect, Ngozi says and means it. There's a warmth here, a sense of safety that has nothing to do with security systems or surveillance. Do you ever see your family? Sua's hands still on the vegetables she's chopping. I don't have family. Not anymore. Everyone has someone. My mother died when I was 8. Cancer. My father, he's alive, but he's not someone I can have in my life. Why not? Sua turns, and the pain in her eyes is so raw, so real, that Ngozi's breath catches. Because he's a dangerous man, Ngozi. The kind of dangerous that gets people killed. And I watched him choose that danger over me, over any possibility of a normal life, every single day of my childhood. So when I turned 18, I left. Changed my name, built a new life, became someone he couldn't find. Except he did find you, Ngozi thinks, horror spreading through her veins like ice. He found you and he hired me to watch you, and I took his money, and I've been reporting on you for a month, and you have no idea. Ngozi, you okay? You look like you've seen a ghost. She forces a smile. Just, that's heavy. I'm sorry you went through that. Don't be. I'm happier now than I've ever been. I have my own life, my own choices. And I have you. Sua's smile is radiant, trusting, completely unguarded. You're the best friend I've ever had. The only person I feel like I can really trust. The words are a knife in Ngozi's chest. She excuses herself to the bathroom, locks the door, and stares at her reflection in the mirror. The woman looking back at her is a stranger, someone who sold out a friend for money, who justified betrayal with noble intentions, who convinced herself that surveillance was protection. Her phone buzzes. A text from Mr. Park. Report due tomorrow. Employer is pleased with your work. Ngozi deletes the message, her hands shaking. She thinks about the money in her account, about her sister's school fees paid in full, about her mother's letters talking about improvements to their house, opportunities they never dreamed of. She thinks about Suwa in the kitchen, cooking dinner for the friend she trusts completely, unaware that every word she speaks is being cataloged and reported to the father she ran away from. She makes a decision. That night, she submits her final report. Suwa is happy, healthy, and safe. She has built a good life and doesn't need surveillance. I'm terminating this contract effective immediately. I'll return all payments received. The response comes within an hour. Not from Mr. Park. From a number she doesn't recognize. We need to meet. Tonight. The address will be sent separately. Come alone. Every instinct screams at her to refuse, to block the number, to run. But she thinks of Sua's trust, of the lies she's been living, and she knows she has to face this. Has to face him. The address leads her to a building in Gangnam, the kind of place where penthouses cost more than most people make in a lifetime. Security waves her through like they're expecting her, and an elevator opens directly into a private residence that takes up the entire top floor. Kong Min-ho is standing by the window when she enters, his back to her, silhouetted against the Seoul skyline. He's tall, broad-shouldered, wearing a black suit that probably costs more than her entire wardrobe. When he turns, Ngozi's breath catches despite herself. He's beautiful in the way dangerous things are beautiful. Sharp cheekbones, dark eyes that miss nothing, a mouth set in a line that suggests he's forgotten how to smile. There's a scar along his left temple, faded but visible, and his hands, when he gestures for her to sit, carry the kind of calluses that don't come from office work. Misses, thank you for coming. His voice is deep, controlled, with an underlying current of steel that makes her spine straighten automatically. I didn't think I had a choice. You always have a choice. That's the point of free will. He moves to a bar cart, pours 2 glasses of whiskey without asking if she wants one. Though I admit, I'm curious why you chose to end our arrangement so abruptly. You're Sua's father. He hands her a glass, his fingers brushing hers for just a second. The contact sends an unexpected jolt through her, something electric and unwanted. Yes, you hired me to spy on your own daughter. I hired you to help me protect her. From what? Ngozi sets the glass down untouched. From having a relationship with her father? From knowing someone cares about her enough to check on her? From the men who want to hurt her to get to me? His voice doesn't rise, but the intensity behind it makes the air feel heavy. From the reality that my world is built on violence and power and choices that leave bodies in their wake. From knowing that every person who gets close to her is evaluated as a potential threat or asset. Is that what you want for her? To live with that knowledge every day? I want her to have the truth. She thinks you don't care. Better she thinks that than knows what I've done to keep her alive. He takes a drink, his eyes never leaving her face. The man who killed her mother tried to get to me through Suwa when she was 8 years old. Sent flowers to her school with a note explaining exactly how he planned to hurt her. I found him before he could act, and I made sure he'd never threaten anyone again. But there were others. There are always others. Ngozi feels her conviction waver. So you push her away to protect her. I give her the life she deserves. Normal, safe, free from the darkness that follows me. And I watch from a distance to make sure nothing touches her. She's not happy, Mr. Kong. She's lonely. She has you. The words are quiet, almost vulnerable. In 4 years of surveillance, I've never seen her trust anyone the way she trusts you. Never seen her smile like that. Whatever you're doing, whatever you are to her, it's something I could never be. The admission hangs between them, raw and honest. Ngozi studies his face, seeing past the cold exterior to the pain underneath. The terrible love of a father who believes the best thing he can do for his child is stay away. I can't keep reporting on her. I won't betray her trust like that. I'm not asking you to. He refills his glass, his movements controlled but tired. I'm asking you to be her friend, to keep her safe, to tell me if she's ever in danger or needs help she won't ask for. That's all. Without payment. The money is yours regardless. Consider it a scholarship, a gift, whatever helps you sleep at night. I have more money than I could spend in 10 lifetimes. What I don't have is someone my daughter trusts who isn't on my payroll or afraid of me. I'm afraid of you, Ngozi admits. His smile is brief, bitter. You're the first person to say that to my face in 5 years. Everyone else is too terrified to admit it. He moves closer, close enough that she can smell his cologne, expensive and subtle. But you're here anyway. You came alone to meet a dangerous man in his territory because you wanted to protect Sua from me. That's either very brave or very foolish. Maybe both. Probably both. His eyes search her face, and for just a moment, something shifts in his expression. Curiosity, maybe. Interest. She talks about you constantly in her reports. Well, she used to, before you stopped filing them. Ngozi said this, Ngozi did that. Ngozi made me laugh until I cried. You're important to her. She's important to me too. Then help me keep her safe. Not as an employee, as her friend. I won't ask for reports, won't demand information. Just, if something happens, if she needs help, tell me. Ngozi wants to say no. Wants to walk away from this man and his money and his dangerous world. But she thinks of Sua's smile, of the loneliness underneath it, of a father who loves his daughter enough to stay away. One condition. Name it. If she ever asks about you, if she ever wants to know you, you don't run. You don't hide behind surveillance and protection. You show up. Minho's jaw tightens. That's not safe. That's not your decision to make. It's hers. Ngozi stands, meeting his eyes directly. I'll be her friend. I'll keep her safe. But I won't participate in keeping her isolated from the truth forever. If she wants her father, she deserves the chance to have him. For a long moment, he doesn't respond. Then slowly, he nods. Agreed. She turns to leave, but his voice stops her at the elevator. Miss Ease? Yes, thank you. For caring about her. For being brave enough to confront me. She's lucky to have you. The elevator doors close on his face, and Ngozi leans against the wall, her heart pounding. She tells herself the racing pulse is fear, adrenaline from confronting a dangerous man. She tells herself it has nothing to do with the way he looked at her, the vulnerability hidden behind steel, the brief moment when she saw past the monster to the broken father underneath. She tells herself a lot of lies on the ride down. 3 months pass. Ngozi keeps her word. She's Sua's friend, genuinely and completely, without the weight of surveillance turning every conversation into a report. They study together, eat together, share secrets and dreams and fears. Sua blooms under the friendship, becomes lighter, happier, more open. And Ngozi tries very hard not to think about the man watching from a distance, the father who loves his daughter too much to let her go and too much to hold on. Then, on a Tuesday night in November, everything changes. Sua is late coming home from the library. An hour late, then 2. Ngozi calls her phone 5 times and gets voicemail. She tells herself not to panic, that traffic is bad, that Sua's phone probably died. She tells herself this right up until a black car pulls up outside her apartment and Choi Sung-min steps out, his face grim. Miss Ease, we need your help. Her blood turns to ice. What happened? Sua has been taken. We have reason to believe it's connected to Mr. Kang's business interests. He's mobilizing every resource we have, but time is critical. She trusts you. If we find her, if she's scared or hurt, you might be the only person who can reach her. Ngozi doesn't think, doesn't hesitate. She grabs her coat and follows him to the car. They drive in silence through Seoul's nighttime streets, and her mind races with terrible possibilities. Sua hurt. Sua terrified. Sua paying the price for her father's sins without ever knowing why. The car pulls up to a warehouse in an industrial district, surrounded by vehicles and armed men who move with military precision. Ngozi's stomach churns. This is Minho's world, the violence and power he kept hidden from his daughter, now crashing into both their lives with devastating force. Minho is standing near a tactical van, surrounded by screens showing security footage and maps. When he sees her, something crosses his face. Relief, maybe, or gratitude. Thank you for coming. Where is she? Inside. We've confirmed she's alive but injured. The men who took her are former associates of mine, trying to use her as leverage. We're negotiating terms, but if negotiation fails, we go in. Let me talk to them. The words come out before Ngozi can stop them. Let me negotiate. Absolutely not. These men are dangerous. So are you, and you're willing to risk a firefight with your daughter in the crossfire. She meets his eyes, refusing to back down. I'm not a threat to them. I'm just her friend. Maybe they'll listen. And maybe they'll take you hostage too. Then you'll have 2 people to rescue instead of 1. She steps closer, close enough to see the fear he's trying to hide. Please, let me try. Minho stares at her for a long moment, something complex and unreadable in his expression. Then he nods sharply. Sung-min will wire you. Anything goes wrong, Anything at all. You say the word sunshine and we come in. They wire her with equipment so small she can barely feel it. Give her instructions she barely hears through the roaring in her ears. Then she's walking toward the warehouse alone, her hands raised, her heart slamming against her ribs. The door opens before she reaches it. A man steps out, gun in hand, eyes cold. You're not Kong. I'm Sua's friend. I want to talk. He studies her for a long moment, then jerks his head toward the interior. 5 minutes. Inside, the warehouse is cold and dark. Sua is tied to a chair in the center, her face bruised, her eyes wide with terror that turns to shocked recognition when she sees Ngozi. What are you doing here? You need to leave, you need to. I'm not leaving without you. Ngozi turns to the man who appears to be in charge. A middle-aged man with scars on his hands and murder in his eyes. What do you want? What we've always wanted. Kong Min-ho destroyed our operation, killed our people, took everything we built. We want compensation. 50 billion won and safe passage out of Korea. And then you'll let her go? Then we'll consider letting her go. Ngozi's blood runs cold. They're not planning to release Sua. They're planning to kill her regardless, just to make Min-ho suffer. She sees it in their eyes, in the way they look at Sua like she's already dead. She thinks fast. Kong Min-ho will give you whatever you want. He'll pay any price for his daughter. His daughter? The leader laughs, cruel and sharp. She's not his daughter anymore. She ran away, changed her name, cut him off completely. Word is she hates him. So why would he pay billions for someone who wants nothing to do with him? Because he loves her. The words come from somewhere deep and honest. Because she's all he has. Because he spent 3 years watching her from a distance, making sure she's safe, sacrificing any relationship with her just to keep her alive. You think he won't burn the world down to get her back? Sua makes a small, broken sound. Ngozi doesn't look at her, can't look at her without breaking. The leader's eyes narrow. How do you know what Kong does? Who are you really? I'm someone he hired to watch her, to file reports on her life, so he could know she was okay. I'm someone who took his money and then quit because I realized she deserved better than surveillance. Ngozi's voice doesn't waver. I'm someone who knows that man out there will do anything, pay anything, destroy anything to save her. And if you hurt her, if you so much as bruise her worse than you already have, there won't be anywhere on earth he won't find you. Brave words from someone in a warehouse full of armed men. Not brave, honest. She takes a step towards Sua. Let her go. Take the money, take your safe passage, disappear. But let her go. The leader considers this. Then he smiles. Or we keep her as insurance, kill you as a warning, and negotiate from a position of actual power. He raises his gun. Ngozi closes her eyes and says the word. Sunshine. The world explodes. The warehouse doors blow inward with a sound like thunder. Men pour through the openings, moving with military precision, weapons raised. Gunfire erupts, deafening in the enclosed space. Ngozi throws herself towards Sua, covering her body with her own as bullets tear through the air above them. Someone grabs her, yanks her backward. She fights instinctively until she recognizes Min-ho's voice in her ear. Stay down. Don't move. The firefight lasts less than 3 minutes. When the gunfire stops, 7 men lie dead or incapacitated, and Min-ho's team has secured the perimeter. He's already cutting through Sua's restraints, his hands shaking slightly as he checks her for injuries. Are you hurt? Did they? Dad. Sua's voice is small, broken, disbelieving. How did you? Why are you? Later. First we get you safe. He lifts her effortlessly, cradling her against his chest like she's 8 years old again. His eyes find Ngozi. Can you walk? She nods, though her legs feel like water. Sungmin appears at her elbow, steadying her, and together they move toward the vehicles. The night air hits her face like a shock, cold and clean after the warehouse's suffocating tension. In the car, Sua finally breaks down. She sobs against her father's chest while he holds her, murmuring in Korean too soft for Ngozi to hear. His face is a mask of controlled anguish, and when his eyes meet Ngozi's over his daughter's head, the raw emotion there takes her breath away. You shouldn't have gone in there, he says quietly. I had to. You could have been killed. So could she. Something passes between them, acknowledgement and understanding, and something else. Something that makes Ngozi's pulse quicken in a way that has nothing to do with adrenaline crash. They take Sua to a private hospital where Min-ho's money and influence ensure immediate, discreet care. Minor concussion, bruised ribs, cuts, and contusions. Nothing life-threatening, but enough to make Ngozi's hands shake when she thinks about what could have happened. She waits in a private room while doctors examine Suah. Minho paces like a caged animal, all his control fraying at the edges. This is my fault. They took her because of me. They took her because they're terrible people who hurt others for profit. I should have been more careful. Should have had better security. Should have. Should have what? Locked her in a tower her whole life. Ngozi stands, exhaustion making her bold. You can't control everything, Mr. Kong. You can't eliminate every threat or predict every danger. You're not God. No, but I'm her father. Protecting her is my responsibility. And you did. You found her. You saved her. You were there when she needed you. Ngozi's voice softens. She called you Dad. Did you hear that? After 3 years of silence, the first word she said was Dad. His expression cracks. Just for a moment. Just enough for her to see the overwhelming love and relief and fear underneath. I heard. The doctor emerges, looking tired but reassuring. She's resting comfortably. No permanent damage. She wants to see you both. Suah is propped up in a hospital bed, her face pale but her eyes clear. When they enter, she reaches for Ngozi first. You came for me. You walked into that warehouse alone. Of course I did. You're my best friend. I heard what you said to them. About my father hiring you. About the reports. Suah's voice is steady, but there's hurt underneath. Were you ever really my friend, or was it all just a job? At first, I took the job because I needed the money, Ngozi admits, hating the way Suah flinches. But I quit after a month because I realized you mattered more than any amount of money. Everything after that, every moment we shared, that was real. That was genuine. You're not a job to me. You never were. Suah looks at her father, standing rigid near the door. You've been watching me for 3 years. Yes. Having me followed. Filing reports on my life. Yes. Why? Minho moves closer, each step careful, like he's approaching something wild and precious. Because the day you were born, I held you in my hands and promised I would keep you safe. Because your mother died because of me, because of my world, and I swore her death wouldn't be meaningless. Because I love you more than my own life, and the best thing I could give you was distance from the darkness that follows me. I thought you didn't care. Tears streamed down Suah's face. I thought you chose your business over me. I chose your safety over my happiness. I chose your life over my need to be your father. His voice breaks. I chose wrong. I see that now. I gave you freedom and safety, but took away your choice. Your right to know the truth. I'm not a child anymore. No, you're a strong, brilliant woman who survived something tonight that would have broken most people. You're brave and good, and everything your mother was. He reaches out slowly, giving her time to pull away. When she doesn't, he takes her hand. I'm sorry. For the distance, for the secrets, for making decisions about your life without asking what you wanted. Suah pulls him into a fierce hug, and he wraps around her like he's trying to shield her from the entire world. They stay like that for a long moment while Ngozi quietly steps toward the door, giving them privacy. Don't go. Suah's voice stops her. Please, you're part of this too. So Ngozi stays, witness to a reunion 3 years in the making, and tries to ignore the way Minho's eyes find hers across the room, grateful and warm and something more. Later, after Suah falls asleep and the hospital quiets for the night, Ngozi finds Minho in the hallway, staring out a window at Seoul's glittering skyline. She should go home, get some rest, let this family have their moment. But her feet carry her toward him anyway. She's going to be okay, Ngozi says quietly. Because of you. If you hadn't gone in there, if you hadn't bought us time, you would have found another way. You're her father. You would have torn that warehouse apart with your bare hands if you had to. His smile is brief, tired. Probably. Though I prefer your method. Less property damage. They stand in comfortable silence for a moment. Then Minho turns to face her fully. I owe you a debt I can never repay. You don't owe me anything. I did it for Suah. You risked your life for her. Walked into a hostage situation with armed criminals because she needed someone brave enough to try. That's not nothing, Ngozi. The sound of her name on his lips, informal and warm, sends an unexpected shiver through her. Anyone would have done the same. No, they wouldn't have. Most people would have stayed safe, let the professionals handle it. But you saw someone you loved in danger, and you didn't hesitate. He steps closer, close enough that she can see the exhaustion in his eyes, the fear he's been holding back all night. You're extraordinary. I'm really not. I'm just a graduate student who got tangled up in something way beyond her understanding. You're a woman who quit a job that would have changed her life because it felt wrong, who walked into danger to save a friend, who stood in front of a crime lord and demanded he be a better father. His voice drops lower, intimate in the quiet hallway. You're the bravest person I've met in years. Ngozi's breath catches. There's something in the air between them, something dangerous and electric that has nothing to do with the night's violence and everything to do with the way he's looking at her. Like she's a puzzle he's trying to solve. Like she's something precious he's afraid to touch. Mr. Kong. Minho. When it's just us, call me Minho. Minho, she corrects, and watches something flare in his eyes at the sound of his name. I should go. It's late, and you should be with Suah. Stay. The word is quiet but intense. Please. I know it's selfish, but I don't want to be alone right now. Don't want to think about how close I came to losing her. To losing both of you. Both of us? He reaches out, his hand hovering near her face like he wants to touch her, but doesn't dare. When you walked into that warehouse, when I watched you on the monitors putting yourself between my daughter and those guns, something in me broke. The thought of you hurt of you. He stops, his jaw tightening. I've built my entire life on control, on calculating risks and managing threats. But you make me feel things I haven't felt in years. Things I don't know how to manage. Ngozi should step back, should put distance between herself and this dangerous man who's confessing things she's not ready to hear. But her body doesn't move. What kind of things? Protective things? Possessive things? His hand finally makes contact, fingers gentle against her cheek. When I saw you in danger, I wanted to burn that warehouse down. Wanted to destroy anyone who might hurt you. And I know I have no right to feel that way. You're my daughter's friend. You're barely an employee. I'm standing right here, she whispers, her heart pounding so hard she's sure he can hear it. And I'm not running. The kiss happens so fast she barely registers the decision. One moment they're standing separate, the next his mouth is on hers, desperate and hungry and nothing like she'd imagined. Because she has imagined it, she realizes with shock. Has thought about this dangerous, broken man more than she should. Wondered what it would be like to be the thing he couldn't control. The kiss is everything. Demanding and gentle, fierce and careful, like he's trying to consume her and protect her at the same time. Her hands fist in his shirt, pulling him closer, and he makes a sound low in his throat that sends heat racing through her veins. When they finally break apart, both breathing hard, his eyes are dark with desire and conflict. I shouldn't have done that. Probably not. You're important to Suah. This complicates everything. Definitely. And I'm not a good man, Ngozi. My world is violence and power and choices that would horrify you. Getting involved with me is dangerous. I walked into a warehouse full of armed criminals tonight. I think I can handle dangerous. She touches his face, feeling the rough stubble under her palm. But you're right. This does complicate things. And I need to think about what it means. He nods, stepping back, putting necessary distance between them. Take all the time you need. I'm not going anywhere. Your daughter just got out of a hostage situation. Maybe we table this conversation until she's recovered. Agreed. But his eyes stay on her, hungry and intense. Though for the record, I'm not sorry I kissed you. Good. Because I'm not sorry either. She leaves before she can do something stupid like kiss him again. The night air is cold against her flushed skin as she walks to catch a taxi, her mind spinning. She just kissed her best friend's father. The same man who hired her to spy on his daughter, who runs a criminal empire, who radiates danger like other men radiate cologne. And God help her, she wants to do it again. Suah is released from the hospital 2 days later with strict instructions to rest and a prescription for pain medication she insists she doesn't need. Minho arranges for her to stay at his penthouse, where his medical staff can monitor her recovery, and Ngozi visits daily, helping her friend adjust to this new reality where her father is suddenly, overwhelmingly present in her life. He's hovering, Suah complains one afternoon, gesturing at the closed door where Minho has stationed himself in the hallway. I can't breathe without him sending someone to check on me. He almost lost you. Give him time to adjust. I know, and I'm grateful, really. It's just weird. 3 years of nothing, and now he's everywhere. Suah studies Ngozi's face. He looks at you differently. Ngozi's heart skips. What do you mean? Like you're something precious. Something he's afraid might disappear if he looks away. Suah's smile is knowing. Did something happen between you two? No. I mean, he thanked me for helping you. That's all. Ngozi, I've known you for months. I can tell when you're lying. She sighs, running a hand through her braids. We kissed. Once. At the hospital. And it was a mistake brought on by adrenaline and fear and relief that everyone survived. Was it a good kiss? Suah. I'm serious. Was it good? Ngozi thinks about the desperation in Minho's touch, the way he kissed her like she was air and he was drowning. Yes, it was good. Then why was it a mistake? Because he's your father. Because his world is dangerous. Because I'm your friend and getting involved with him would complicate everything. Because I can't stop thinking about it, Ngozi doesn't add. Can't stop remembering the way his hands felt in my hair, the sound he made when I pulled him closer, the hunger in his eyes when we finally pulled apart. Suah leans back against her pillows, thoughtful. My father is a complicated man. He's done things I don't fully understand, built an empire on violence I'll never be comfortable with. But he's also the man who held me for 3 hours straight after the hospital, who cried when he thought I was asleep, who loves me so much it scares him. I know, and I think he's falling for you. Maybe has already fallen. Suah takes Ngozi's hand. I won't lie and say it doesn't weird me out a little. You're my best friend, he's my dad. But if you care about him, if this is real, I'm not going to stand in the way. You both deserve happiness. It's too soon to talk about happiness. We barely know each other. You knew each other well enough for him to trust you with his daughter's life. Well enough for you to walk into danger without hesitation. That's not nothing. Before Ngozi can respond, the door opens and Minho enters carrying a tray with tea and pastries. I thought you might be hungry. See, Suah whispers, hovering. But there's affection in her voice, and when Minho sets the tray down, she hugs him spontaneously. Thank you, Dad. He looks stunned, like he can't quite believe she's real, that she's here, that she's calling him Dad without anger or distance. Anything you need. Always. His eyes find Ngozi over Suah's shoulder, and the heat in them makes her breath catch. This is dangerous, she thinks. This pull between them, this attraction that defies logic and circumstance. He's everything she shouldn't want. Older, dangerous, complicated beyond measure. But when he looks at her like that, like she's the sun and he's been living in darkness, logic doesn't matter. That evening, after Suah falls asleep, Ngozi finds Minho in his office, surrounded by screens showing security feeds from a dozen locations. He looks tired, the lines around his eyes deeper than usual. Can't sleep? She asks from the doorway. He looks up, surprise and pleasure crossing his face. I thought you'd gone home. Suah asked me to stay. Said she sleeps better when I'm here. She's not the only one. The words are quiet, almost involuntary. He stands, moving around the desk toward her. I'm glad you stayed. Are you always like this? Constantly watching, constantly vigilant. When the people I care about are at risk, yes. When the woman I can't stop thinking about is in my home, especially. Her pulse quickens. Minho, I know we agreed to table this conversation. I know it's complicated and dangerous, and probably a terrible idea. He stops in front of her, close enough to touch, but not touching. But I can't stop thinking about that kiss. About you. About the way you make me feel like maybe I'm not just the monster everyone thinks I am. You're not a monster. I've killed people, Ngozi. Destroyed lives. Built an empire on fear and violence. You also spent 3 years protecting your daughter from a distance. Hired me because you wanted her to have a real friend. Risked everything to save her. She reaches up, touching his face. People aren't one thing. We're complicated and contradictory and capable of both darkness and light. Which am I to you? Darkness or light? Both. And that's okay. He leans into her touch, his eyes closing briefly. When they open again, the vulnerability there takes her breath away. I want you. I know I shouldn't. I know it complicates everything. But I want you in my life. Not as Suah's friend. Not as an employee. As something more. I want that too, she admits, the words terrifying and liberating. But we have to be smart about this. Take it slow. Make sure we're not just caught up in trauma bonding or adrenaline. Agreed. Slow. But his hand comes up to cup her cheek, his thumb brushing her lower lip. Though I reserve the right to kiss you occasionally. For stress relief. She laughs, breathless. Stress relief. You have no idea how stressful it is watching you walk around my home, knowing I can't touch you, knowing you're sleeping just down the hall, knowing you're brave and beautiful and so far out of my league it's laughable. I'm a graduate student with student loans and a part-time job at a cafe. You're whatever you are. I'm pretty sure you're out of my league. I'm a criminal who's trying very hard to be worthy of you. He leans down, his forehead resting against hers. Tell me to leave. Tell me to go back to my office and maintain professional distance. I should, but I don't want to. She closes the distance between them, kissing him with deliberate intent this time. Not adrenaline, not fear, just desire and choice and the acknowledgement that this complicated, dangerous man has somehow become important to her. The kiss deepens, his arms wrapping around her waist, pulling her against him. She feels the tension in his body, the control he's exercising to keep from pushing too far, too fast. When they finally break apart, both breathing hard, his eyes are dark with barely restrained hunger. Slow, he reminds himself, voice rough. We're taking this slow. Definitely slow, she agrees, though her hands are still fisted in his shirt. You should go, before I forget every good intention I have. She steps back, immediately missing his warmth. Good night, Minho. Good night, Ngozi. He catches her hand as she turns to leave. Thank you. For what? For not running. For seeing past the monster. For making me believe I might deserve something good. She squeezes his hand. You do. You deserve happiness and love and all the good things you've spent years denying yourself. So do you. And I plan to give them to you if you'll let me. The promise hangs in the air between them, weighted with possibility. Ngozi leaves before she can do something reckless, before she can forget about slow and careful and throw herself at this man who looks at her like she's everything. In her guest room, she lies awake, her mind replaying every moment, every touch, every word. This is insane, she thinks. Getting involved with a crime lord, with her best friend's father, with a man whose world is so far from her own they might as well be different species. But when she closes her eyes, she sees his face when he held his daughter, sees the vulnerability he shows only to her, sees the man underneath the monster, broken and beautiful and trying so hard to be better. And she knows, with terrifying certainty, that she's already in too deep to turn back now. The next morning, Suwa is well enough to insist on going back to her own apartment. Minho argues, wanting to keep her close, but she's adamant about reclaiming her independence. They compromise. She can go home if she accepts a security detail and daily check-ins. I'm not a prisoner, Dad, Suwa says firmly. No, you're my daughter, and I just got you back. Forgive me for being overprotective. Overprotective is fine. Suffocating is not. But she hugs him, softening the words. I know you're scared. I'm scared too. But we have to find a balance. He nods, clearly struggling but trying. Ngozi watches their dynamic with affection and relief. They're healing, finding their way back to each other. It's messy and complicated, but it's real. As they're preparing to leave, Minho pulls Ngozi aside. Have dinner with me. Tonight. Just the two of us. Her heart skips. Is that a good idea? Probably not. But I'm asking anyway. What about Suwa? What about her? She knows how I feel about you. She's fine with it. More than fine, actually. She called it adorably awkward when I asked her permission. Ngozi laughs. You asked your daughter's permission to date me? She's important to both of us. Her comfort matters. He steps closer, his voice dropping. But so does this. So do you. Say yes, Ngozi. She should say no. Should maintain boundaries, keep things professional until they've both had time to process the trauma of recent events. But when he looks at her like that, all her carefully constructed logic crumbles. Yes, but somewhere quiet. Not, I don't know, wherever crime lords usually take dates. His smile is genuine, warm. I know just the place. That evening, a car picks her up from her apartment. The driver is professional, silent, and takes her to a part of Seoul she's never visited before. They pull up to a traditional Hanok house, beautifully preserved, with a private garden that glows with lantern light. Minho is waiting at the entrance, dressed casually in dark jeans and a simple black shirt. Without the suit, without the aura of power and danger that usually surrounds him, he looks almost normal, almost approachable. This is beautiful, Ngozi says, taking in the traditional architecture. It belonged to my grandmother. She left it to me when she died. It's the only place in Seoul I feel truly private. He offers his hand. Come. I made dinner. You cook. Occasionally. When I want to impress someone. He leads her inside to a room with low tables and cushions, where he's laid out a spread of Korean dishes that smell incredible. I wasn't sure what you liked, so I made several things. They sit, and he serves her with careful attention, explaining each dish, watching her reactions. The food is excellent. But what strikes Ngozi most is the intimacy of the setting. No staff, no guards, no witnesses. Just them, sharing a meal in a space that clearly means something to him. "Why did you really hire me?" she asks between bites. The truth. He's quiet for a moment, considering. "Because I was desperate. Because 3 years of surveillance reports told me my daughter was lonely, isolated, building walls that reminded me too much of myself. And then you appeared in her life, and for the first time in years, she smiled. Really smiled. I wanted to understand what you'd done, how you'd reached her when everyone else failed. And I found out you're genuine. You see people for who they are, not what they can give you. You became Sua's friend because you liked her, not because she had connections or money or anything else. That kind of authenticity is rare in my world. Your world seems very lonely. It is, by design. I built walls to protect people from me, to protect myself from weakness. And then you walked into my daughter's life, and I started wondering what it would be like to have someone look at me the way you look at her. With kindness, with acceptance." Ngozi reaches across the table, taking his hand. "I see you, Minho. All of you. The parts you show the world, and the parts you hide. And I'm not afraid. You should be. My enemies won't hesitate to use you against me. Then we'll be careful. We'll be smart. But I won't let fear dictate my choices." She squeezes his hand. "You've spent years letting fear keep you from your daughter. Don't let it keep you from this too." He stares at her, something shifting in his expression. Then he moves around the table, pulling her to her feet, kissing her with an intensity that makes her knees weak. This kiss is different from the others. Less desperate, more deliberate. A promise instead of a question. When they finally break apart, he rests his forehead against hers. "I'm falling for you. I know it's too soon. I know it's complicated, but I can't help it. You've gotten under my skin. Good. Because you're under mine too." They spend the evening talking, sharing stories, learning each other. He tells her about his childhood, about the father who trained him for violence, about the choices that led him down this path. She tells him about Lagos, about her family, about the dreams she's building with her degree. Hours pass like minutes. When his driver finally takes her home, it's past midnight, and Ngozi's face hurts from smiling. Over the following weeks, they fall into a routine. Minho is careful, respectful, never pushing for more than she's ready to give. They have dinner twice a week, sometimes at the Hanok, sometimes at quiet restaurants where his reputation keeps other patrons at a respectful distance. He sends her flowers, not expensive arrangements meant to impress, but small bouquets of her favorites that he's somehow learned. Sua watches their developing relationship with amusement and approval. "You're good for him," she tells Ngozi one afternoon. "I've never seen him this human. He's always been human. Technically, yes. But he's spent so long being the scary crime boss that I think he forgot. You remind him. But not everything is easy. Minho's world intrudes in uncomfortable ways. Ngozi learns to recognize his security detail, the men who follow her at a distance to make sure she's safe. She learns that dating him means being photographed, being noticed, being the subject of gossip and speculation. One evening, a rival organization sends a message by vandalizing her apartment building. Nothing directly threatening, just a reminder that they're watching, that they know who she is and what she means to him. Minho's response is swift and brutal, though he keeps the details from her. "I told you it was dangerous," he says when she confronts him about the increased security. "And I told you I'm not afraid. You should be. These people don't play by rules. Neither do you, apparently." She gestures at the guards now stationed outside her building. "I appreciate the protection, but I can't live in a cage. I'm not trying to cage you. I'm trying to keep you alive." They argue, the first real fight they've had. Ngozi storms out, frustrated by his need to control everything, by the way his world keeps pressing into hers in ways she can't escape. She goes to Sua's apartment, venting her frustration. "He's impossible," she complains. "Overprotective and controlling and terrified," Sua finishes. "Ngozi, my father has lost almost everyone he's ever loved. My mother, his friends, his family. The people who survive in his world are the ones who accept his protection, even when it feels suffocating. He's not trying to control you. He's trying not to lose you." The words hit hard. Ngozi thinks about Minho's face when he talks about his mother, about the scar on his temple from an assassination attempt, about the way he held Sua after the rescue like he was afraid she'd disappear. She goes back to him that night, finds him in his office staring at security feeds with exhausted eyes. "I'm sorry," she says from the doorway. He looks up, surprise and relief crossing his face. I'm the one who should apologize. You were right. I was being controlling. You were being scared. There's a difference. She crosses to him, sitting on the edge of his desk. But we need to find a balance. I understand your world is dangerous. I accept that being with you means accepting some level of risk. But I can't live in constant lockdown. What do you suggest? Teach me. Teach me how to protect myself. Give me the tools to handle your world instead of trying to shield me from it completely. He considers this, then nods slowly. Okay, but you train with my best people. You learn to shoot, to fight, to recognize threats. Deal. The training starts the next week. Minho's security team puts her through exercises that leave her exhausted and sore but competent. She learns to handle a gun, to throw a punch, to read a room for exits and threats. Minho watches some of the sessions, and she can see the conflict in his eyes. Pride that she's learning, fear that she needs to. But something else happens during those weeks. Ngozi sees Minho's world from the inside, understands the constant vigilance required to survive it. She meets his business associates, the legitimate ones and the ones who operate in shadows. She learns that his empire, while built on violence, also provides protection to hundreds of businesses, jobs to thousands of people, stability in neighborhoods where chaos would otherwise reign. It doesn't make the violence okay, doesn't erase the harm done, but it complicates her understanding, adds shades of gray to what she thought was black and white. One night, after a particularly brutal training session, Minho takes her back to the hammock. He draws her a bath, tends to her bruises with gentle hands, and holds her afterward with such tenderness it makes her chest ache. I hate that you need this, he says quietly. Hate that my world requires you to learn violence. I hate it too, but I hate the alternative more. I won't let fear of your enemies keep me from you. He pulls her closer, his face buried in her hair. You're extraordinary. You know that. You've mentioned it once or twice. I mean it. You walked into my life, into this darkness, and somehow made it bearable. Made me believe I might deserve something good. She turns in his arms, cupping his face. You do deserve good things. You deserve love and happiness and peace. I have love. I have you. He kisses her, soft and slow. That's more than I ever thought I'd have. That night, their relationship shifts. The physical intimacy they've been carefully limiting finally reaches its natural conclusion. He carries her to his bedroom, lays her down like she's something precious, and makes love to her with a reverence that steals her breath. There's nothing explicit, nothing crude, just overwhelming emotion and desperate tenderness, and the feeling of two people finding home in each other. Afterward, tangled together in expensive sheets, Ngozi traces the scars on his chest. Tell me about these. He's quiet for a long moment. Then he starts talking, telling her about the assassination attempt that nearly killed him, about the rival who wanted his territory, about the violence he's survived and perpetuated. His voice is flat, emotionless, like he's reciting someone else's history. Ngozi listens without judgment, without pulling away. When he finishes, she kisses each scar, a benediction and acceptance. Thank you for trusting me with this. Thank you for not running. I told you, I'm not going anywhere. He holds her tighter, and she feels the tremor in his hands, the overwhelming relief of being accepted completely. They fall asleep wrapped around each other, and for the first time in years, Minho sleeps without nightmares. The peace lasts 3 weeks. The attack comes without warning. Ngozi is leaving the university library late one evening when a van pulls up beside her. She recognizes the threat immediately, all her training kicking in. She runs, reaching for the phone in her pocket, but hands grab her from behind, pulling her into the vehicle before she can scream. A cloth presses over her face, chemical sweet and suffocating. She fights, landing a solid elbow to someone's ribs, hearing a grunt of pain. But there are too many of them, and the chemicals are already pulling her under. Her last conscious thought is of Minho's face, the way he'll look when he finds out she's been taken. She wakes in darkness, her head pounding, her hands zip-tied behind her back. The room is cold, smells like mildew and old concrete. Industrial space, probably a warehouse. She catalogs her injuries, bruised ribs, split lip, nothing serious yet. They want her alive, which means leverage. Footsteps approach. A door opens, light flooding and painfully bright. A man enters, middle-aged, expensive suit, cold eyes. She doesn't recognize him, but she recognizes the type. One of Minho's enemies, someone who sees her as a means to an end. Miss Ease, welcome. I apologize for the rough handling, but time is of the essence. Who are you? Her voice comes out steady despite her racing heart. Someone who's very interested in Kang Min-ho's sudden weakness. You see, the great crime lord has never had a vulnerability before. No family, no lovers, no one who could be used against him. And then you appeared, and suddenly he's human. Suddenly he has something to lose. He'll kill you for this. The man laughs. Probably, but not before I've taken everything from him. His daughter, his empire, his hope. You're just the beginning. Ice floods her veins. You're planning to go after Sua. Already have. She's in a safe location, unharmed for now. But whether she stays that way depends entirely on Min-ho's cooperation. And yours. Ngozi's mind races. If they have Sua, Min-ho will do anything they ask. Will sacrifice himself, his empire, everything to save his daughter. What do you want? Simple. Min-ho's complete withdrawal from Seoul. His territories, his businesses, his influence, all transferred to my organization. In exchange, you and Sua live. He'll never agree. Oh, I think he will. For his daughter? For you? He'll burn his entire empire down. The man crouches in front of her, his smile cold. You really did a number on him, didn't you? Made the great Kang Min-ho fall in love. Made him weak. Love isn't weakness. Tell that to him when he's choosing between his life's work and the women he cares about. See how strong love feels then. He leaves, and Ngozi is alone again in the darkness. She works at the zip ties, using techniques Min-ho's security team taught her, but they're industrial strength. She'd need wire cutters or a knife, neither of which she has. Hours pass. Maybe days, it's hard to tell in the darkness. They bring her water but no food. Keep her conscious but weakened. Classic hostage protocol. Keep the leverage alive but compliant. She thinks about Min-ho, about the choice they're forcing on him. Thinks about Sua, terrified somewhere else, probably blaming herself for this. Thinks about her mother in Lagos, her sisters who don't know she's been dating a crime lord, who think she's safe studying international relations. She thinks about dying in this warehouse, becoming another casualty of a world she never asked to be part of. No, the thought is fierce, defiant. She's not dying here. She's not letting these bastards win. Min-ho taught her to fight, taught her to survive. Time to use those lessons. When the guard comes to check on her next, she's ready. She fakes unconsciousness, slumping against the wall. He approaches carelessly, not seeing her as a threat. Big mistake. The moment he's within range, she strikes, using her legs to sweep his feet, slamming her head into his face as he falls. His nose breaks with a satisfying crunch. She rolls, getting her bound hands under her body and in front of her, using her teeth to work at the zip ties. Blood from her split lip makes everything slippery, but she doesn't stop. The guard is groaning, disoriented. She slams her joined hands into his throat, cutting off his air, then searches his pockets frantically for a knife or keys. She finds a blade, cuts herself free, and takes his gun. Then she runs. The warehouse is a maze of corridors and locked doors. She can hear voices, footsteps, knows they've realized she's escaped. Her training kicks in. All those hours Min-ho's team spent teaching her tactical movement, threat assessment, controlled violence. She finds a window, high up, reinforced glass. Uses the gun to shatter it, ignoring the alarm that starts blaring. She's pulling herself through when hands grab her ankles, yanking her back. She kicks hard, connects with someone's face. More hands grab her, too many to fight off alone. Then the wall explodes. Not literally, but close. The door blows inward, and Min-ho's security team pours through like a tactical hurricane. Gunfire erupts. Ngozi drops flat, covering her head, as chaos reigns around her. Someone grabs her, and she almost shoots them before recognizing Sung-min. We've got you. Stay down. The firefight is brutal and brief. Min-ho's people are better trained, better equipped, and absolutely merciless. When the noise finally stops, Sung-min pulls her to her feet. Are you hurt? Bruised, nothing serious. Sua, they said they have Sua. She's safe. It was a lie to control you. She's at the penthouse with a full security detail. Relief almost drops her to her knees. How did you find me? Tracking device in your phone. When you disappeared, we activated it. Boss has been tearing the city apart for the last 14 hours looking for you. Where is he? Sung-min's expression shifts, something like sympathy crossing his face. Handling the men responsible. He's not in a good headspace right now. Maybe give him a few minutes before. Take me to him. Now. They find Min-ho in what looks like an office. standing over a man tied to a chair. The man is bleeding, clearly beaten, and Minho has a gun in his hand. His face is cold, empty, absolutely terrifying. Minho. Ngozi's voice cuts through the room like a bell. He spins, and the change in his expression is devastating. The cold fury melts into overwhelming relief, fear, love. He crosses to her in 3 strides, pulling her into his arms with shaking hands. You're alive. You're okay. God, Ngozi, I thought. I'm fine. I'm right here. She feels him trembling, this powerful man coming apart in her arms. It's okay. I'm okay. They took you. They hurt you. I'm going to kill every single one of them. His voice is flat, dead, promising murder. Minho, look at me. She cups his face, forcing him to meet her eyes. I'm alive. I'm safe. You found me. That's what matters. I failed you. Let my guard down. Let them get close enough to take you. You didn't fail me. You saved me. Your training saved me. She kisses him, tasting blood and fear and desperate relief. I fought back. I escaped on my own. And then your team arrived and finished the job. We did this together. He holds her like he's afraid she'll disappear, his face buried in her neck. She can feel tears against her skin. This man who never cries breaking down because she's safe. Behind them, the man in the chair makes a sound. Minho's expression shifts back to cold fury. I need to finish this. No, you need to let your people handle it. You need to take me home. He hurt you. He needs to pay. And he will. But not like this. Not with you compromising yourself for revenge. She takes his hand, the one holding the gun. Please, choose me over vengeance. Choose us. For a long moment, he doesn't respond. Then slowly, he hands the gun to Sungmin. Handle it. Clean, legal where possible. I want him destroyed, not just dead. Yes, sir. Minho leads Ngozi out of the warehouse, his arm around her waist like he's holding her together. Or maybe she's holding him together. It's hard to tell where one ends and the other begins. In the car, he pulls her onto his lap, holding her close. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You have nothing to apologize for. I brought this into your life. My enemy's my danger. I chose this life. Chose you, knowing the risks. She touches his face, wiping away tears he probably doesn't realize he's crying. I'm not leaving you because things got hard. You were kidnapped, beaten. They could have killed you, but they didn't. Because you taught me to fight to survive. Because your team found me. Because you didn't give up. She kisses him softly. We survived this. Together. That's what matters. He holds her the entire drive to the penthouse, his face buried in her hair, breathing like she's oxygen and he's been drowning. When they arrive, Suah is waiting, tears streaming down her face. She pulls Ngozi into a fierce hug. I thought they had you. The message said they took both of us. Lies. Manipulation. I'm fine, see? Ngozi hugs her back, this woman who's become like a sister. We're both fine. That night, after Suah finally goes to bed and the security team has secured the perimeter, Minho leads Ngozi to his bathroom. He fills the massive tub, helps her undress with gentle hands, tends to her bruises and cuts with medical supplies he clearly knows how to use. Where did you learn field medicine? She asks, watching him work. When you grow up in my world, you learn to patch yourself up. Can't always go to hospitals. He bathes her carefully, washing away blood and fear and the lingering smell of the warehouse. His touch is reverent, each movement an apology, a prayer, a promise. When she's clean, he carries her to bed, tucking her against his body like she's something precious. I can't lose you, he whispers into the darkness. I've lost so much already. If they'd killed you, if I'd been too late. You weren't. I'm here. I'm alive. Because you're strong and brave and extraordinary. Not because of me. Because of us. You trained me. Your team found me. We're partners in this. She turns in his arms, meeting his eyes in the dim light. I love you, Minho. And I'm not going anywhere. The words hang between them, the first time either has said them out loud. His expression breaks, and he kisses her with desperate intensity, pouring everything he can't say into the contact. When they finally break apart, his voice is rough with emotion. I love you too. More than I thought I could love anything. You've changed everything, made me believe I could be more than just the monster I became. You were never just a monster. You were always a man capable of love. You just needed someone to remind you. They make love slowly, carefully, Minho treating her like she's made of glass. Afterward, wrapped around each other, he makes a decision. I'm getting out. She blinks, pulling back to look at him. What? My business, the illegal parts. I'm walking away. Selling to someone trustworthy, someone who'll protect the people who depend on me. But I'm done risking your life, Sua's life, for territory and power I don't even want anymore. Minho, you don't have to do that for me. I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for us. For the future I want to build, one where you're safe, where Sua can have a normal relationship with me, where I'm not constantly looking over my shoulder. It won't be easy. Your enemies will lose interest when I'm no longer a threat or asset. I'll keep legitimate businesses, keep enough resources to protect us. But the violence, the crime, I'm done. Ngozi searches his face, seeing certainty and fear and desperate hope. You're sure? I've never been more sure of anything. I love you, Ngozi. I want a life with you. A real life, not one built on fear and danger. She kisses him, tasting salt and promise. Then let's build it. Together. The transition takes months. Minho carefully extracts himself from criminal enterprises, transferring power, making deals, ensuring his people are protected in the shuffle. It's delicate, dangerous work. Some of his associates think he's weak, try to take advantage. He handles each threat with calculated precision, not violence but strategic pressure, using information and influence instead of guns. Ngozi watches him transform. The cold crime lord slowly becomes someone softer, more human. He smiles more, laughs at Sua's jokes, takes Ngozi to normal restaurants without security sweeps. They have dinner with friends, go to movies, live like regular people instead of targets. It's not perfect. Some of his enemies don't forgive easily. There are threats, close calls, moments when Ngozi remembers why she learned to shoot and fight. But Minho's security team, now focused solely on protection rather than offense, handles each situation smoothly. 6 months after her kidnapping, Minho takes Ngozi back to the Hanok. The garden is lit with lanterns, flowers everywhere, a table set for an intimate dinner. She laughs, delighted by the romance of it. What's all this? A celebration. I finalized the last transfer today. I'm officially out of the illegal business. Just a boring, legitimate businessman now. Boring might be overstating it. They eat dinner, talking about everything and nothing. Sua's upcoming graduation, Ngozi's thesis defense, plans for a vacation somewhere tropical. Normal couple things, domestic and sweet. After dinner, Minho pulls her to her feet, leading her to the garden's center. He looks nervous, this man who used to face death without flinching, actually nervous. I have something to ask you. Her heart starts pounding. Okay, 3 months ago, you walked into my life as a spy I hired to watch my daughter. You became her best friend, my conscience, my reason for trying to be better. You've survived kidnapping, violence, danger I never wanted to expose you to. You've changed everything, made me believe I deserve happiness. He drops to one knee, pulling a ring box from his pocket. Ngozi's breath stops. I'm not a perfect man. I have a violent past and scars you've helped me heal. But I love you more than I thought possible to love anything. I want to build a life with you, a real life, full of boring dinners and arguments about nothing and lazy Sunday mornings. I want to deserve you, every single day. Ngozi Ease, will you marry me? The ring is beautiful, a sapphire surrounded by diamonds, the deep blue reminding her of Lagos sunsets. She stares at it, at him, at this impossible moment. Yes. The word comes out choked with tears and laughter. Yes, absolutely yes. He slides the ring on her finger, stands, pulls her into a kiss that tastes like joy and promise and forever. When they finally break apart, both laughing and crying, he holds her close. I don't deserve you. Probably not. But you're stuck with me anyway. Best fate I could imagine. They tell Sua the next morning. She screams with delight, hugs them both so hard it hurts, and immediately starts planning the wedding. Can I be maid of honor? Obviously I'm maid of honor. Oh God, this is so weird but also so perfect. My best friend is marrying my dad. My dad is marrying my best friend. This is insane. Having second thoughts? Minho asks dryly. Are you kidding? This is the best thing ever. You're both happy. I get to keep both of you in my life. And I don't have to split holidays. This is perfect. The wedding is 6 months later, small and intimate. Ngozi's mother and sisters fly in from Lagos, their faces awestruck by Seoul's glamour and their daughter's transformation. Minho wins them over with gentle respect and obvious devotion to Ngozi, and by the end of the week, her mother is calling him son. They marry in the Hanok's garden, surrounded by flowers and lanterns and the people they love. Suwa cries through the entire ceremony. Minho's voice breaks when he says his vows. And Ngozi, standing before this man who was once a stranger, once a dangerous assignment, now her everything, promises forever without hesitation. The reception is a blend of cultures, Korean and Nigerian traditions woven together. They feed each other jollof rice and kimchi, dance to Afrobeats and K-pop, celebrate two families becoming one. Late in the evening, Minho pulls her aside, leading her to a quiet corner of the garden. Happy, deliriously, she leans into him, this man who's become her home. You, more than I ever thought possible. He kisses her temple. Thank you. For what? For seeing past the monster. For giving me a reason to be better. For loving me when I didn't know how to love myself. Thank you for trusting me. For letting me in. For building this life with me. They stand together under the stars, soul glittering around them, and Ngozi thinks about the journey that brought them here. The surveillance, the lies, the violence, the fear. All of it leading to this moment, this love, this impossible happy ending. I have one more surprise, Minho says, pulling an envelope from his jacket. More surprises? You've already given me everything. Not quite everything. He hands her the envelope. Open it. Inside are documents. Legal papers establishing a foundation in her name, funded with a substantial portion of his wealth. The Ngozi Ease Foundation for International Education, providing scholarships for African students to study in Korea and Korean students to study in Africa, building bridges between cultures. Tears stream down her face. Minho, this is incredible. You changed my life by coming to Korea. I want to help other people have that same opportunity. To learn, to grow, to find their place in the world. He cups her face, wiping away tears. You make me want to be better. This is me trying. She kisses him, tasting salt and love and gratitude. I love you. So much. I love you too. My wife. The word sends joy cascading through her. Wife. She's his wife. This dangerous, beautiful, broken man is her husband. It's insane and perfect, and everything she never knew she needed. They return to the reception, dancing until their feet hurt, celebrating until the sun rises over Seoul. And when they finally leave for their honeymoon, Suwa waves them off with tears and laughter and pure happiness. On the plane to their destination, Minho holds Ngozi's hand, studying the ring on her finger. No regrets. Not a single one. You. Only that I didn't meet you sooner. She leans against his shoulder, exhausted and happy. We met exactly when we were supposed to. Any earlier, and I wouldn't have been ready for you. You wouldn't have been ready for me. Wise words from my brilliant wife. I'm going to enjoy hearing you call me that. Good. I plan to say it as often as possible. They arrive at a private island resort, one of Minho's few remaining luxury holdings. The bungalow overlooks turquoise water, surrounded by white sand and perfect privacy. For 2 weeks, they exist in a bubble of happiness, swimming and eating and making love and planning their future. On their last night, lying in bed watching the sunset, Minho traces patterns on her skin. I want children. Someday. If you want them too. Ngozi's breath catches. Really, I was a terrible father to Suwa for most of her life. I'd like a chance to do better. To be the kind of father I should have been from the start. He meets her eyes. But only if you want that too. I know it's a lot to ask. I want that. Want everything with you. Children, a home, a life full of ordinary moments and extraordinary love. Then let's build it. Starting now. He kisses her as the sun sets, painting the sky in shades of gold and pink, and Ngozi thinks about the future stretching before them. It won't be perfect. They'll have arguments and bad days and moments when Minho's past threatens their present. But they'll face it together, this criminal turned legitimate and the woman who taught him to love. They return to Seoul refreshed and ready for their new life. Minho has completely exited the criminal world, focusing on his legitimate businesses with Ngozi's input. She finishes her degree and takes a position at the foundation, dedicating herself to building bridges between cultures. Suwa graduates with honors and announces she's applying to law school. Figured someone in this family should understand the legal system properly. Plus, I want to help Dad navigate the legitimate business world without accidentally breaking any laws. I'm wounded, Minho says dryly. I've been legitimate for almost a year now without incident. Dad, last week you threatened a contractor with bodily harm because he was behind schedule on the foundation's new building. That was a negotiation tactic. That was illegal intimidation. Ngozi laughs, watching them bicker with affection. This is her family now, complicated and loving and perfectly imperfect. Minho catches her eye across the room and winks, and her heart swells with joy. That night, after Sua leaves and they're alone in the penthouse, Minho pulls Ngozi onto his lap. I have news. Good news or bad news? Good, I think. The prosecutor closed the investigation into my previous activities. Officially, I'm in the clear. No charges, no pending cases. I'm legitimately legitimate now. She hugs him fiercely. That's amazing. It's a relief. Means I can focus completely on our future without looking over my shoulder. He pauses. There's more. More. Sungmin wants to retire. He's done playing security guard, wants to open a dojo and train the next generation. I'm thinking of shutting down the security company entirely, letting my people move on to normal lives. And our security? Standard private security. Background checks and alarm systems instead of armed guards and tactical responses. Normal people protection. Ngozi searches his face. You're really leaving it all behind. Already have. This is just the final step. Letting go of the last remnants of that world so we can fully embrace this one. He touches her face gently. I want our children to grow up without fear, without guards and threats and danger. I want them to have what Sua never did, a father who's present and safe and normal. Our children. She places his hand on her stomach, watching understanding dawn in his eyes. Are you? 10 weeks. I found out yesterday. Was waiting for the right moment to tell you. His expression transforms, joy and fear and overwhelming love crashing together. He drops to his knees in front of her, pressing his face against her stomach. A baby. We're having a baby. We're having a baby. He looks up at her, tears streaming down his face. This man who used to rule Seoul's underworld, who never showed weakness, who built walls to keep everyone out, crying openly with pure happiness. I'm going to do it right this time. I'm going to be present for every moment. Every appointment, every milestone, everything. I know you will. You're already an amazing father to Sua. I'm trying. God, I'm trying so hard to deserve this. To deserve you and her, and now this little one. She pulls him up, kissing him softly. You don't have to earn love, Minho. You just have to accept it. And you're already doing that. They tell Sua the next day. She screams again, this time so loud the neighbors probably hear. I'm going to be a big sister. Oh my God, I'm going to be the best big sister ever. I'm going to spoil this baby so much. You're going to help us raise a stable, well-adjusted human being. Minho corrects, but he's smiling. ¿Por qué no los dos? Sua hugs Ngozi carefully. This is perfect. Our family keeps growing. Soon we'll need a bigger place. Actually, Minho says, I've been looking at houses. Traditional hammocks with gardens, space for children to play. Somewhere between Seoul's center and the outskirts. Normal neighborhoods with good schools and families. Ngozi's heart swells. He's not just leaving his criminal past. He's building something new, something wholesome and safe. For them, for their family. They move 6 months before the baby is due. The house is beautiful, traditional Korean architecture blended with modern amenities. Sua has a room for when she visits. There's a nursery painted in soft yellows and greens, a home office for Ngozi's foundation work, a study for Minho's business. It's normal. Beautifully, perfectly normal. The baby comes in early spring, a girl with Ngozi's eyes and Minho's nose. They name her Grace Su-min. Grace for the mercy that brought them together. Su-min for the grandmother she'll never meet, but whose love echoes through her father. Minho cries when he holds her for the first time. She's perfect. You're perfect. God, how did I get so lucky? We both got lucky, Ngozi whispers, exhausted and happy. We found each other against all odds. Sua visits daily those first weeks, helping with her baby sister, marveling at how tiny she is. She has your fingers, she tells her dad. Look how small they are. Minho, this man who once ruled through fear, holds his newborn daughter with infinite gentleness. She's going to be strong like her mother, brave like her big sister, better than both of us combined. She's going to be loved, Ngozi corrects. That's all that matters. They settle into a routine, sleep-deprived and chaotic and wonderful. Minho handles night feedings with calm efficiency, walking Grace around the house, singing Korean lullabies his mother sang to him. Ngozi watches from the doorway sometimes, seeing this man she loves become the father he always should have been. Grace grows, hitting milestones that fill photo albums and memory cards. First smile, first tooth, first word, appa, which makes Minho cry again. The foundation thrives, sending dozens of students between Korea and Africa, building the cultural bridges Ngozi dreamed of. Minho's legitimate businesses expand. He becomes known not as a former crime lord, but as a philanthropist, a businessman with integrity, a family man devoted to his wife and daughters. 2 years after Grace is born, they're sitting in the garden watching her play when Minho takes Ngozi's hand. "I never thanked you properly." "For what?" "For saying no to me. That first night after the kidnapping, when you quit being my spy. If you hadn't stood up to me, hadn't demanded I be better, I'd still be in that world. Still alone. Still the monster everyone thought I was. You were never a monster. You were a man who made hard choices in impossible circumstances. I was both, but you saw the man underneath and gave him a reason to fight his way out." He pulls her close, kissing her temple. "You saved me, Ngozi. As surely as I saved you from that warehouse, you saved me from myself." "We saved each other," she corrects. "That's what love does. It rescues us from our worst selves and helps us become our best selves." Grace toddles over, demanding to be picked up. Minho lifts her effortlessly, settling her on his lap while Ngozi leans against his shoulder. They sit together, a family built from danger and choice and love that refused to quit. The sun sets over Seoul, painting the sky in shades of gold and pink, and Ngozi thinks about the journey that brought them here. From spy to friend to lover to wife to mother. From surveillance to trust to love that transformed everything. She thinks about the scared graduate student who took money to watch a stranger's daughter. About the crime lord who loved his child enough to stay away. About the moment their paths crossed and everything changed. "No regrets?" Minho asks, echoing their wedding day. She looks at him, this man who was once her assignment and is now her everything. Looks at their daughter, perfect and innocent. Looks at the life they've built from ashes and impossible choices. "Not a single one," she says, and means it with every fiber of her being. They sit together as the stars come out, 3 hearts beating in harmony, a family forged from darkness into light. And Ngozi knows, with absolute certainty, that this is exactly where she's supposed to be. Home. Finally, completely, eternally home.